Hi, this is Meli'sa Morgan, and you're listening to Bobby Simmons on Party1019.com.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Bobby Simmons is in the building, and as you can see, in the place to be, sitting directly next to me, ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only Meli'sa Morgan is in the building. Yeah!
Wow, that was nice. That was cool. Woo, I'm famous.
I said that's her tag right there. We gonna say Meli'sa Morgan is.
I'm famous.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming here. Meli'sa is on the run so much that I always call her and I say, listen, when you get a downtime, please stop by and say, she said, Bobby, I'm coming through. Don't worry about it. And here she is. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for having me. Yes.
No problem. First of all, we ain't no thank you. We're going to move this Love Demands album.
Okay, yes, we're going to move that.
We're going to move this because I've been waiting for you to drop the album.
I know, and it's my first one in 10 years, over 10 years.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Hang tight for a little bit with me, okay? Would that be cool?
That's cool.
Meli'sa Morgan's going to hang tight with me. I don't want nobody to move nowhere. She is in the building, and we're going to get all the information about the new album. And then we're also going to talk about some acting with her, too, because there's some things brewing with Meli'sa, and we're going to find that out. So y'all don't disappear nowhere. We'll be right back. Check it!
Hi, this is Meli'sa Morgan, and you're listening to Bobby Simmons on Party1019.com.
Welcome back. Bobby Simmons is here with my special guest, Meli'sa Morgan is in the house. And once again, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
And, before I even come forward with what you're doing, because we are going to talk about the album, Love Demands, and I have a couple of questions about that album, too. But what I do want to talk to you about and say to you, I remember a while ago, and I'm going to take you back to the beginning of your career.
Okay.
I remember a while ago, and this is a true story. People that know me as a kid, or my brother, or like Randy Muller, all of them from Brass Construction. Okay. This was a while back. And I met Chaka Khan.
Yes.
I was a kid.
Okay.
I was a little kid now. I'm taking you back. So I was a little kid, and I said, I walked up to Chaka Khan, and I said, oh my goodness, I guess I try to be a man, but I had that little baby voice. So, oh my goodness, I love the song that you got out. I was just excited. I'm meeting Chaka Khan, and I started singing, keep it, touch body.
I know she read you.
Well, I was a little kid.
Woo!
So she didn't.
I know Chaka Khan. I know you got read.
Exactly. She didn't read me. Well, actually, you know what? I was a little kid, so maybe it was kind of a little read.
What'd she say?
Because I was a kid, and then she thought about it. She said, well, I must have, I do a lot of drugs, so maybe I did record that record. Okay. I'm like, where did that come? And then my brother had to put me on like, no, that wasn't a record. And I come to find out, of course, when you dropped your solo album, that was you. Keep it touch body to body.
And I went on to sing a background with Chaka Khan and stuff like that. But the first time I met her, you know what she said to me?
What was that?
Well, can you sing, bitch? That's what she said. I was like, if I couldn't sing, I wouldn't be here. She's like, I like you. Come on, get down.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
And this is how it began for you. I mean, you take us through. I mean, I know some of your background work, but with that record, because I'm saying I remember, just hearing that on WBLS so constant. And the name of that group was called Shades of Love, right?
Well, it really wasn't a group, so let's just be honest about that. And I talked about that in my Unsung episode. It was really studio session singers.
Okay.
Yeah, they had called us in to do a studio session, and we did the backgrounds, and the lead singer never showed up.
Wow.
So I was sitting there, and Patrick Adams, he just turned, he said, well, can she sing? And I was like, yeah, I can sing it. And he was like, well, then you sing it, and I'll pay you $75 more.
Right.
And I was like, well, let me finish my apple first, because I was eating the apple. And I went in and sang it like 1 or 2 takes, and that was it. And then like 2 weeks later, it was on the radio. And I tell you, we went through stuff with that, because Patrick owned it, and then this other guy was a producer, and then they wanted to put a group together, and the other singers couldn't really sing, and I didn't want to be with them, and so then we said, okay, well, I'm the voice of Shades of Love, so I'm going by myself, and then they threatened me, and
crazy stuff. Patrick Adams and them guys was like, they were those kind of guys back then.
Yeah, they threatened me, so, I was like, well, either you're going to threaten me or you're going to pay me.
Right, exactly.
And so they didn't want to pay me, so we went out and I did it by myself.
That is good.
It was good.
It was a fantastic. Do you still perform that today, though, to remind people that is your song? I mean,
well, I do it when they ask for it, but they have to pay more.
Right, okay.
Because that song is long and it's, it takes a little bit more energy than a lot of other songs. So I think Louis Vega, he remixed it.
Oh, okay.
And then one time he had me at like one of his big parties and I did it. So, and it went #1 twice. It went #1 on its own, and then Louis Vega remixed it and it went #1 again on the dance chart. So twice it was #1 on the dance chart.
That's speaking.
That's crazy.
Right,
and that's Billboard.
That's speaking.
Yeah, that's real.
That's speaking. Well, I just wanted to share that with you, just let you know that it took me, and I'm talking about when you dropped your first solo album, that it was weird to me that was you singing on that record.
A lot of people don't know now that that's me, but it is.
Well, you're educated now. But let's go ahead and talk about your first album and how did you actually get connected with guys like Paul Lawrence and Melba Moore on it? Because you actually was connected with the whole Melba Moore production and Hush production work during that time. Yes.
Well, really, I wasn't. I was connected to Kashif.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was touring and stuff with Kashif because I was Kashif's go-to girl. We had did Whitney Houston. She was coming out, and
you Give Good Love.
Well, I didn't do Give Good Love. I did a song. I keep thinking about you, baby. Right. That was on that album. Exactly. Yeah, and because I was Kashif's go-to girl. You know what I'm saying? And I toured with him, and with working with him, we were opening for Gladys Knight actually on Broadway. And who was it? Charles and Bo and them came because they were managing Kashif.
Right.
And they looked at me and they're like, "Well, if Kashif likes you, do you want your solo deal?" Because they had that big deal with Capitol Records.
Yes.
A production deal. I was like, "Sure." And they was like, "Well, come in the office on Monday, we'll get you a deal." And literally, I went in on Monday and they said, "You have a deal. Do you want to sign? You'll be on Capitol Records. You'll start recording. This is what we're going to pay you. We'll take some of your publishing. We'll pay you $2,000 a month for that. And let's go." And that's really what happened. And within like 6 months, I had a record out.
Yeah, you definitely did. And you was taken off. And you actually was introduced to everybody covering the legendary May He Rest in Peace, His soul rest in peace. We talking about Prince. Can you believe
that he's gone?
Is that something?
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
That's
and
so crazy.
I remember hearing you speak one time someplace explaining or telling people how much he appreciated and showed you love of doing his record
he did.
over. Please tell us a little bit about that.
Well, actually, so the song went #1, is #1 for like 4 weeks, and the record company was happy, and I was in Los Angeles doing some stuff, and they said, "Oh, we're going to go to a Lionel Richie concert, and we have arranged, listen to this, we have arranged for you to meet Prince in the green room backstage at the Lionel Richie concert." I was like, "Really? Oh, it's like that? Okay." So I go there, and I'm waiting, and it's so funny because everybody was wearing like North Beach leather. Do you remember North Beach leather? We was wearing North Beach leather. So I was like, "Oh, I'm going to meet Prince." I went and got this white North Beach leather outfit from head to toe. Child, when I got there, don't you know he had on white leather pants too? And little heels. I was like, "I'm through with you. You're looking like me."
Yeah. He said, "I'm going to be the one cheeking tonight."
And he just came over real sheepish. He still wouldn't let me take. I still don't have a picture with him. He wouldn't let me take a picture.
Yes.
But he said, "Thank you for a great song." And I was like, "Thank you for a great song. You wrote it." He said, "No, but you made it great."
Yeah, exactly. And that's the truth. I mean,
that was really nice.
I mean, not to jump off you because we're going to continue to stay on you real quick, but a lot of Prince songs that he had on his album cuts, a lot of artists made hits that he didn't make a hit, like "I Feel For You" with Chaka Khan.
Yeah.
And
Nothing Compares. Remember that?
Yeah. And also even with Alicia Keys with "How Come You Don't Call Me No More."
That's right.
So so I mean, I guess him saying that to you was like,
it was really nice.
Yeah, which is great. And that had to be a great experience.
It was nice. And then the next album, he wanted to do something, and we couldn't do the schedules. And then he was like, "Well, I got a song for you. You can do it." But I was like, "If you don't produce it, then I'm not going to do it." And he wound up doing it with Mavis Staple, a song called "Won't You Please Come Home."
Yeah.
It was okay. Would have been a hit if I did it.
Yeah, exactly. How great that would have been if Prince would have produced.
But he didn't produce it. We didn't have the time. He didn't have the time, and we couldn't get it together. And I was like, if you don't do it, I'm not gonna do it.
Wow,
you know? I don't want to do the same thing over again. You know, without him.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
but you also, again, even after that, you scored another hit with another partner of yours that you lost. Rest in peace. Talking about the one and only Kashif.
Yeah.
Y'all wound up doing a duet together for his album, actually, A Mother's Finest classic. Joyce Kennedy lead called Love Changes.
I know,
How did that come about with you? I know, you again, Kashif, you was his go-to person. How did this duet, come about?
Well, I had all the success with, Do Me Baby and all that stuff, and he said, come over to the house, because he had the Jackie Robinson mansion.
Right.
Yeah, and he said, come over to the house and listen to some stuff, because I was like, well, I want to work with Kashif, because he's responsible for, me getting with Hush and all that. And I came over, and he had Audrey Will and them there. They was doing this song, and he was like, we're getting ready to do this Mother's Finest song. I was like, oh my God, I know Mother's Finest. He's like, you know Mother's Finest? I'm like, yeah, Love Changes. And I knew some of their other rock stuff.
The rock songs, yes.
Yeah. And he said, I was like, well, what are you doing with the Mother's Finest song? And he said, oh, I'm going to record it. I said, well, let me hear it. He said, well, it's not done yet, but I have it in my car, in my Rolls Royce, in the garage. I said, well, I'll go in the garage and hear the song, And so he left me in the car. He put it, cassettes then. He put it in. Come on now.
Y'all know what that is, cassettes.
Isn't that awful? What am I doing? I look too young to know about cassettes. Don't
Let's call them little MP3s.
Yeah, the little MP3. So he left me in the Rolls Royce while he went and did his session and stuff. And when he came back, he's like, what do you think? And I was like, it should be a duet. And he was like, a duet? I was like, yes, it should be a duet, me and you.
So it wasn't intended to be a duet. It was just
he was just letting me
it.
hear it, because that's how Kashif was. Look at it. Look how great I produced this.
Right,
that's how he was, And he was like, maybe I could put you a little. I was like, it should be a duet. And he was like, a duet? I was like, yes, I'm famous now.
When I heard about the project and you doing it, that you was doing a lot of covers.
Yes, and it was a good thing for Cleopatra to do that, because when you're trying to come out with new music, the only thing people remember you by when you have such a classic hits like I do are the memories that they have connected to those songs.
Right.
So you wanna kind of baby steps. Because if you just come out with just new stuff and don't kind of rub their hand and bring them along saying, this is the new me now, you know what I'm saying, I'm different, they kind of feel some way about it. So it was really good to do the 6 covers and say, look, I still do that. You know what I'm saying? I still do the How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?
Yes.
Al Green.
That's the first thing I heard when I brought what the
Never
fuck?
Loved a Man, Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
I didn't even know
that
our baby cakes, our queen was going to pass away. I chose that,
and that's a fact. That's a fact, yes.
So I did all of that, and then we said, okay, now then, if you listen to that and you love it, now just come on over here and listen to what I'm doing now.
Right.
So that's why we did that.
Well, I know, I was, leading it all up to this just to say that, because when I first heard it, I heard, well, of course, we know it's the Gibb Brothers song, the Bee Gees, Mend a Broken Heart, but Al Green made it his.
Yes.
As you made Prince Do Me Baby his, yours.
Yeah.
And when I heard you do it, I said, no, she did not touch this song here. Now, again, we lost Aretha Franklin. I don't know if you were able to see her before she passed and know that you recorded this.
No, she knew I did Ain't No Way, but she didn't know I did this.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and also losing her, of course, I'm sure you heard this from everyone, but now knowing that, because this is actually the song that's leading the album now.
Can you believe?
Yes.
Yeah, because the record company, Cleopatra, they're kind of gothic, and they release a lot of things, so they like to, let's go with the No More, which is great, but, urban and R&B and the radio people, they're like, they're going with Never Loved a Man.
Okay, well, that's good, and you made Aretha rest in peace.
Yes.
And again, such a jewel of an artist.
Please, history.
Yes.
Grew up on that.
And people know that you can sing, so you it's okay for you to do this song.
Yeah.
We talking to the people who can't sing. Don't touch it. Don't MC him it. Don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Those who can sing can touch it, and you have proven thousands of times that you could take on something.
Thank you.
I mean, there's a few who I've come across and met. You, Luther Vandross, y'all can take a classic and make it your own. And it's a beautiful thing. And that's a good segue for me real quick before we get you out there and get everybody to get this album, Love the Bands. How do you feel about some of the artists in the music industry today? Particularly female artists, but just the music industry in a whole today in 2018, 2019. What is your thought on black music today?
Well, with streaming and everything, black people, I love you very much, but we're slower to grab a hold of supporting the way we need to support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we had our way, we'd still be going to the record stores and you know, and the Best Buys are. But there's no more of that. So it's really harder for black people to say, come on, guys, go online, stream, buy. It's harder for us. The younger generation gets it. So that's why who's my boy Drake? He can get 1 billion people streaming. Right. You know, it's hard for the grandmother or the 50-year-old or the, you know, even the 40-year-old that knows my music to say, okay, I got to get into this and let me go on the computer and order this CD. You know what I'm saying? It's just slower for us, and that's how I feel about it. But I think we're getting there. We're getting there.
And plus, one of the other ways too that I know about, just people in general, but particularly our black people, our black audience, some of them, a lot of them really like to get out now and see the artists and touch them more often. Now, because you rarely seen that, but now you're starting to see where some of these promoters are putting together these packages where you get to see some of these legendary artists. And I think the magic of that is that they learn that some of the new artists are not giving them magic in that live performance that someone like you or these other legendary artists like
we're still giving that.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're still giving that. And you know, and it's harder with the promoters because everything is so expensive.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So putting, I mean, and you know that yourself, putting tours together is not as easy as it was back then. I mean, you know, the Freddies and the Geralds and the, you know, like whoever, the Luthers, you could, look, Meli'sa, you open. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now it's harder to do that because who am I going to open for?
Well, hold on real quick. Hold on. We're going to hold Meli'sa just for a couple of more minutes. That's a good question. Why shouldn't you open up for Bruno Mars?
Why shouldn't I?
That's pretty much your audience.
Because I can't open up for him unless I'm on the charts as strong as him. They're just, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
too.
So we have I just sent in a proposal for possibly Peebo Bryson, who's coming back out, which is great. He's coming back out on his own. But you know, I'm fortunate enough that Joe will say, you know, let Meli'sa open for me. Everybody's not that fortunate.
Exactly.
You know, I'd love to open up for a Tyrese and a Tank, and I've opened up for Genuine and people like that. But everyone, you know, it's hard to put those packages together now. Yeah, and having new music, now we've got to let this music work and do what it's supposed to do. And it's got to make a certain amount of noise before they'll say, okay, well, we're going to put her with this one and with that one, you know, because they're doing good and she's doing good. Yeah. It's about the sales and the money.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. At this
who can put people in those seats?
Exactly.
You know, I'm fortunate. Like you're getting ready to go to Europe. You talked about that, which is great. But I'm fortunate enough that about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, Patti LaBelle said, "Let Meli'sa."
Yes, I remember that too.
You know what I'm saying? So we went over and did like 4 days with Patti LaBelle. Nobody ain't getting that but me or a couple of, you know what I'm saying? Which I thank you, Patti. I love you. You know, but no one's getting that.
I like the whole album, but my personal favorite is the How Can You Mend the Broken Heart.
Yeah.
You've done a wonderful job with that.
You.
I love Aretha Franklin. You know, love makes some you know the song.
Never Loved the Man.
Love the Man.
Yeah.
But that How Can You Mend the Broken Heart? Oh, it's
I know. And you know what's funny? We're doing like album release concerts now, and I did one at the City Winery in Washington, D.C. And Sebastian, he goes, you know, well, babe, when you sing that, what's going to happen? I said, they're going to go back to their childhood.
That's right.
And they're going,
That's right.
He said, no, they're not. No, they're not. I'm telling you, as soon as the band hit that note, you could hear people in the audience going,
yes.
no.
Yes. Because it got that bluesy feel, you know, and you get ready to take them somewhere.
Yes.
It's like Betty Wright sometimes at the band playing, she's just talking to them, or Millie Jackson. You got a moment to talk to them before you, exactly.
Yeah, they went there.
Yes. Real quick, so any acting plans? Because you know I'm a snitch in a minute.
Well, I saw something that I haven't seen. Tell me about this snippet. Bow-legged Lou, I'm going to get you. You and Paul Lawrence. I mean, Paul Anthony, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. You didn't send that to me and you sent it to him. It's hilarious.
Yes.
It's hilarious. I wish you a lot of luck with it. And if you get it, I better have my part.
Oh, no, you are done.
Okay, I better have my part.
Trust me.
You guys know.
I'm your cheerleader.
I'll come after you.
I'm your cheerleader.
Yeah.
Because in the show, I say, Meli'sa Morgan stomped at her. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I ain't like Cardi B. I ain't going to throw a shoe. I ain't gonna mess up no hair, and you ain't gonna be ripping up no outfits.
There you
but
go.
I'm coming after you.
There you
okay?
go. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, well, I actually, in due time, when they do release it, Bow-legged Full Force, I'm talking about the group Full Force, they actually called all their good friends, Meli'sa Morgan,
Cheryl Pepsi Riley.
And there's a scene in there with Cheryl Pepsi Riley and Meli'sa Morgan. It's funny. I told Lou I was going to snitch, because I told him you was coming in today.
Yeah.
I'm snitching, but I'm going to have him send it to you, so you know you got, it's beautiful. But anyway.
Okay.
Thank you, Meli'sa, so much for coming here today and showing me some love. I appreciate her because she was real busy on the run like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yes.
But let me tell y'all something. I demand y'all to show some love, this Love Demand CD. Pick it up. Please show Meli'sa Morgan some love. Meli'sa, I love you so much. Thank you so much.
And don't forget, I'm famous.
We'll be right back. Check it!
Hi, this is Meli'sa Morgan, and you're listening to Bobby Simmons on Party1019.com.